Dum da dum dum.
Hey guys, Sean here, Lessons for Dummies. Let me just start off by saying the response was great to the video of that package I received from Taiwan, and the manufacturer is listening, so keep the comments coming. The barrels, I don't know how many of you guys actually watched the whole video through and through, but the barrels won. The barrels are getting the first test. But of course, my heart is with the regulators, so I have to air the regulators up and then we'll test the barrels. So, I mean, I got a crap ton of launchers I could test with. I'm going to test with the X68, but it's going to go in the grip, you know, kind of a la factory style. And of course, the trusty M17, my favorite. First off, here's the regulator that we're going to be using. I have verified that it is a 5/8 18 thread here. So what that means to us is it's a North American thread. Most bottles, high pressure air bottles in North America are 5/8 18. Most offshore bottles are M18, which is much thicker. There's no up or down side to either of them. It's just what it is. So I got two bottles here. One, this is a 5.5 CI bottle. Reg is obviously already removed. It is 5/8 18. I also have this Tippmann 9 CI bottle that doesn't have a Tippmann regulator on it, of course, but it's gonna serve the same purpose. So these things can be a real bugger to get off. The very first thing you do is make sure there's no air in it. And the way to like double check that is if you can depress the pin, which I can, it means it's completely devoid of air. If you try to remove this regulator and this thing has any amount of pressure in it, it's going to be, first off, it's going to be very difficult, but it's also going to be very dangerous because if you manage to actually start unthreading this and get it off, it is going to launch like a rocket. The way I like to get these off, if there's no Loctite, I have a rubber jawed vise and I just literally clamp this in and kung fu grip and you can twist it off. The more stubborn ones that my kung fu is not good enough, I use like a set of like these, like rubber jaw pliers. I grab it and I turn it. Worst case scenario, like this thing is stuck fast. You cannot get it off. I'll wrap some hockey tape on here, heat this, and then actually use like water pump pliers and grab it. I've seen some guys like chisel out kind of the shape of the regulator in a piece of wood so that, you know, it safely kind of contours all the gauges and the nipples and what have you, and that you can really crank on it. There are also actually regulator removal tools that are specifically contoured to remove regulators. The problem with those is that they're very specific to the manufacturer. So like if you have a Tippmann reg, you're gonna have to buy a Tippmann one. If you got a First Strike one, you gotta buy a First Strike one. Those are just some examples. There are plenty other. HK Army is another one that, but they may be interchangeable. I don't know. I've just never bought one of those tools. The other method, Noob for Guns, actually, I seen his post. This was a couple of years ago actually, and it was hit it with a rubber mallet. I don't recommend this method. Proven to have worked is hit the nipple. Now, This could cause a number of other problems. Obviously, you can break your nipple. You don't want to break your nipples. But, you know, I don't know. I don't feel good about doing it. But picture this. Get a good grip on your tank. You can see it already start turning. The trick here is just to crack it loose. So pretend you've gotten this far. You just whacked your nipples with a big rubber hammer, and you got your original reg off. You have a bottle that is 5/8 18. I'm going to install this regulator that my friend from Taiwan sent me. Slide check included, built in. I don't know what the output pressure on these are. We're going to find that out here. This O-ring right there does all the sealing. You should never have to use thread tape on these threads. They can contaminate your regulator. They can contaminate the bottle. If they get inside the bottle and end up blowing through your regulator, you know, obviously that's not good. I also don't agree with using any sort of locking agent. 5/8 18, 5/8 18, O-ring. You should just be able to thread it in like this. You see how it's going in nice and easy? Not going to use any tools whatsoever. Like, just lock it in as tight as you can do with your hand. No pressure in this bottle. I can easily unscrew it. But, tighten it again. The second you put air in this, all this stuff is going to lock up tight. That O-ring's going to seal. You're not going to budge this. You shouldn't be able to budge this regulator without, you know, really putting a tool on it. So there we go. One's installed. Number 2. Same thing. No Loctite. No nothing. What you want to see though is that gap close up there, and you can feel it as you're tightening this. You can kind of feel this O-ring squish just ever so slightly, and that's all it should be. That's all it should be. And there we go. We have 2 slide check regulators ready to go. If this performs like every other slide check I've ever put my hands on, in this position, so when it's against the regulator, it is closed. When you open it, air is going to travel into your marker. And when you want to end your marker, you close this and air will vent from your marker and out here, but your bottle stays completely pressurized. All right, let's air these up. Well, the first thing you should do is check your handiwork. The bottles say 3,000 PSI. Check. 3,000 PSI. Check. Now we want to know the output pressure. I'm expecting 800, I guess. That's pretty standard. Gauges at 0. And hopefully we can catch this. So I'm going to just pop this into the on position. Oh. Ooh, 900. Now, this is the first time this bottle's been aired. I'd expect that to settle a little bit. It'll probably settle like 875, 850 maybe even. But in this case, that was on. Off. And what just happened there was all the air popped out of this. So normally I'd be using this slide check to bleed this section, but look at that. That is like, this is why I say everybody needs these. These slide checks are freaking sweet. On. That one you can see is a little bit lower. That one is like 850. Probably gonna settle 825, maybe 800. But that's just how she rolls. M17 is set up with a Home Defense 24 heat core, bolt spring. I have my own O-ring inside here. I have all the trigger group springs done. It might be a while since you guys seen this. We're gonna use these 4.6 gram. I'm assuming these are nylon. Your view was short-lived last, but these things have they have no seam at all. Look, you can see the glare of my stupid ring light that everybody uses. They are beautiful. They are only 4.6 grams. You know how I like to shoot heavy stuff. And they're kind of small, but that's just what we're doing in this video. So I'm gonna load a full magazine in here. They're not magnetic. My M17 is set up with magnetic detent, so I'll probably only shoot 11. Thread that guy right in there. Oh, it's a thing of beauty. Let's lock and load. Listen with me. And that's it. Oh, my bad. I put way too many balls in there, so I'm gonna be careful this time. There we go. Demonstrate how a slide check works. A giant slide check. Markers and safe. It is loaded. It's ready to fire. All you gotta do is that. And so it vented all the air from your air chamber and out. Now your bottle stays ready to go. And that is about it. This is why these things are so great. Slide checks are great. They don't work so good with CO2, but HPA, no problem. So here we go again. Let's air it up. Boom, hear that bolt lock? 4.6 gram Home Defense Taiwan projectiles. This is a 6.84, 5 7/8 inch long barrel inside this M17. We'll call it 800 PSI. Oh, 438. 430. You guys, this thing is so loud. 426. We'll shoot one more on the chrono. 426, and that's probably where it's gonna settle out. And we'll fire off the rest of the rounds till it's empty, and then I will degas. Oh. Uh-oh. What happened here? Malfunction at the junction. So, I did some sort of hang up here. Not sure what it is. This M17 is normally very reliable. It's very easy to just degas. We'll pull the mag out, see what happened. Not sure what happened, but something happened. Put the mag back in. Safe direction, air it up, finish her off. She's out. One in the chamber, ball on deck. Degas. Safe. It makes your marker very easy to make safe. But let's bust out the X68. Now this is a carbine kit from MCS. MCS barrel at this point Yes, the barrel tests from Taiwan are coming next, but we're going to use this video as the baseline for the follow-up video with the barrels that I've received. I already have my MCS adapter installed in the bottom. This bottle is 900 PSI. I'd call it 850. And here we go. Air it up. So easy, right? 4.6 grams. These guys right here. What'll she do at 850 PSI? That's freaking insane. Like this thing, the X68 is on another level. Like my M17 it's awesome. I love it, but how can you argue with that? Right? 446. Consistency. You thought this thing was consistent. Gosh darn it, these X68s. I'm telling you, FSC is going to be dead pretty soon. Once all the aftermarket starts rolling out for this stuff, and it's already started, and FSC, kiss my butt. Oh, there's a downside to ejecting the mag. Now, obviously, I have a kit that goes in the rear, but look at how easy this is. Marker is degassed. Unscrew my bottle. She's dead. Pretty wicked. These regulators, I'm telling you, I can't wait till you guys can get your hands on these. Unicorns are now available. Well, not yet. I'll share the links as soon as I can, but these regulators they're next to none. They really are. You saw how easy this makes. The biggest part about having a degassing, like something like a slide check, it makes your marker safe in an instant. If you have a jam, click, safe for the most part. Obviously, treat these things like firearms, but degassing your launcher is the first step to making sure it does not fire negligently. That's it for now.